Thank you. There is a word that would best describe singularly my system that I have in place. And that word is called vicarious. I have no system. I have no system in place to reach my goals necessarily. What I do have within my professional career, what I do have are leaders and peers that I respect and can, for lack of a better word, plagiarize living daylights out of. When they do something well, when they have a technique that works, I steal it. Borrow it maybe is a better word, but I take those seeds and I plant it in the garden of my experience. The other system that I have at home is my beautiful wife, who, when I come home after being a manager and as I retired from the Army as a lieutenant colonel, would meet me at the door with either a screaming kid or a bag of garbage. And that keeps me well grounded. Because no matter what I did, where I was at home, I was her husband. I had my role to fill there. Thank you.
Awesome job. Having a good system in place. I want you to think about how you're going to have a good system in your life to make sure that you're reaching your highest objectives. You want to have people assigned into your life, coaches that you have, people that you trust. You're going to meet with them regularly. One of the greatest systems that we have in motion for you, twice a month, on second and fourth Wednesday of every month, you can show up right here. We'll encourage you and build you up to help you keep you aligned for your highest objective. Next, we will invite Ranga. Ranga has been a Toastmaster. He's going to get a chance to talk. In trying to reach your highest objectives, you're going to encounter certain obstacles. How are you going to manage the emotional side as well as the process side to reach your objectives?
Emotional side and the process side. Wow.
Thank you.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I know when this type of questions I encounter in my club, I try to use the bridging and just try to get away from the question and use my own response and try to frame the question. I'm thinking of doing that, but to respect your thing, maybe I may not have the perfect answer, but it will be an answer, okay? There will be a lot of obstacles whenever you try to have an objective. That's like we say that plans always fail, but still you need to have a plan. Same way, or you need to have an objective. Though you may not meet all the objectives at the end of the year, you have a lot of SMART goals. You know, the company, they do give you a lot of SMART goals. They ensure that you don't meet those SMART goals so that you don't come back and say, exceeded my performance. Always they say you have 10 goals and you achieved only like the 6 goals. You're not done the rest of the 4. But still, those are the type of obstacles. And one of the first obstacle I would say, personally, my boss. Every time I go to him with my objective list, he says, I think we need to have a different thing. I said, yeah, I already have a stretch goal. No, I know, I see this as a stretch goal, but it's not a stretch goal to me. You need to have something more. That's one kind of obstacle. The process, what you want me to say is, I actually go with the breaking down this objectives or goals into like a achievable. I say this is making very, to my mind at least, I write it in an expanded way, this is what I'm trying to do this way. Are you agreeing to this? As I say, of course the goals may change because your expectations are going to change. And my thinking will also change down the year, the projects will change, but at least let's have some kind of a 70 to 80% between which I can achieve, which I can come to you, say that though I have not, if I say though I have exceeded my goals, at least I fall into the goal, I have met the goals. Thank you.
Wonderful. Good job, Ranga. Think about it in your life. You're going to have certain emotional obstacles and certain process obstacles. He got up and did his best. How are you going to answer this question? You don't have to just wait to Toastmasters. Go home, get a recorder, start recording your answer in 1 to 2 minutes. How am I going to address this area? He did a great job right now in front of you. Next time, you might be called on to answer the same question. But more importantly, you want to answer this because we want you to succeed in life. The third person is going to get up. Who is going to volunteer to want to give an impromptu speech? Who's the third person that wants to get up? All right, PJ. I was going to call him. I'm glad he's calling himself. Reaching goals takes 4 dimensions: performance, relationship, heart, and spiritual. Often we just think about performance. What I want you to answer is the following question. How are you going to keep yourself spiritually aligned as you try to reach your performance objectives? How are you going to keep yourself spiritually aligned to what matters most to you as you try to reach your performance objective?
To achieve any objectives, we need to have a proper planning. So, example, what I do is, starting of the year, I have my goals. See, one is the family, another one is personal, professional, and what are the extra things? Community. So these are the things I will have in my whiteboard every starting of the year or first week of every year. On the other side, my daughter comes to the whiteboard and she writes her own goals. See, like, I want a puppy. So this year, that was true, because when I was writing 2017, she wrote like, I want a puppy. She got it. So those are the things. So coming to the spiritual things, one of my goal is this year. So I used to go to meditation club every Sunday morning. So this year I'm continually planning to go every Sunday. So to achieve, like, for every person, you don't need to go to meditation center or something. So to reach our goals or performance, increase our performance, it is always advisable when you go to bed, eliminate all your bad thoughts. Maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes, eliminate all your bad thoughts. And in the morning, just meditate for 5 minutes. So to boost up yourself. So that will give you spiritually, you have a more active and achieve your goals. Thank you.
We had 3 speakers get up, and now, I don't know what the timer was, we have 3 speakers get up. Yes, we're going to go start with the next section now. What I would like to do is now have you get our timer to tell us, how are we doing with the 3 speakers? Did all 3 speakers qualify? Yes, all qualified. Now, pick out the 3 people, which was James, Ranga, and DJ, and vote for who you thought was the top impromptu speaker, table topic speaker for today. And our ballot counter is going to go around and picking those votes. While he's doing that, I want to share with you that table topics impromptu speaking was almost impossible for me when I first started Toastmasters. I told myself I will never do this. In fact, I got up to the Toastmaster, I said, I don't know how you guys do this. I will never do this. I need time to think through a process before I get up to speak. I cannot even dream of doing this. I'm a strategist. I need to be able to plan things out. What I found out that after I joined 3 Toastmaster clubs, within 9 months, I was competing in Toastmaster table topics competitions and was able to achieve in the top 6 out of 5,000 participants in Toastmasters. I'm sharing that because if you're not strong in table topics, you can become stronger by simply joining us regularly and making sure you practice here. We have models in place, we have training in place for you to improve your impromptu speaking.